That's awesome. Hey, welcome to No Blind Eye Podcast's very first podcast. My name is Randy Butcher. I'm here with my guests. Yes, that's right. There's two of them, Neil and Enos Fisher with Pedal Power Photography. They race them, they tour them, they fix them, and they photograph them. It's all about bikes with these guys. Neil and Enos, thanks for coming to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's my first time. I want to let everybody know that Neil is my brother and Enos is my sister-in-law, and I love them to death, and they do wonderful things with cameras. So tell me a little bit about what Pedal Power Photography is all about.
Well, what we're about is taking photos and capturing the event, capturing the moment of bike racing. And basically the way it began was, I think it was back in 2015 or so. I decided to get back on the mountain bike again, and I joined a weekly race series at Kelso Conservation Area. And they host, I think it's about 14 weekly races throughout the season. And I would go out, and Enos would bring our camera and shoot me. And so we'd put our pictures up on Facebook, and I was racing for a team at the time, and some of our teammates would see the photos and say, "Hey, those are some great shots. Did you shoot me as well?" Well, no, but maybe next week if you race again, Enos will bring the camera out and shoot them. So
Right on.
it started that way. So we started putting up more photos of me, my friends. People started liking it and sharing the photos of themselves.
On what, your website?
No, on their Facebook pages. We
wicked.
didn't have a website at the time,
Okay.
but it grew into that.
Right on.
And so somewhere along the lines, somebody asked us or suggested to us, "Hey, you guys should consider selling your photos." So we thought, that's a good idea. So somebody asked once, and it just, the ball just started to roll there, and we went from there. And we started selling our photos through our Facebook site. We created a Facebook site, Pedal Power Photography. And that grew. People started sending us money. We started making more photos. We started going out to different events.
Right on.
And eventually we created our website.
Which
And
is?
pedalpowerphotography.ca.
Wicked.
And on there you can go and view different galleries of different races that we've been out and shot. You can browse for pictures of yourself and purchase our photos online.
Wicked. Now, you both have raced bicycles. Is that correct? Like you both do it? Or how's that work?
Yep. I've been racing bikes for years. My very first bicycle race was way back in 1994.
Right on.
I did a road race at Hidden Valley. It was Ziggy's Hidden Valley road race back then. And loved it ever since. And I've been pretty much racing bikes off and on ever since then.
What kind of racing was that? Like I think you mentioned to me one time cyclocross. Was that? Oh, road race. That's not the same.
Yeah, no. Road race is primarily on road, or on a road type circuit. Some of them can be from point to point, or on a criterium type of a circuit. But you mentioned cyclocross. That's a lot of fun. I got into that back in 2008, and haven't got off that since. I'm really a big cyclocross fan.
For those viewers and listeners to this podcast, what exactly, and me, what, I have no idea what you're talking about. What exactly is cyclocross?
What is cyclocross? Wow, that is a good question, and it's often asked. And I would say for the viewers, look it up on the internet, and you'll be surprised. Basically, what it is you take your good old 10-speed style bicycle, right, with the drop handlebars and the skinny tires.
Yep.
It's basically the same type of bicycle as that. But what we've done is we've modified the bike a bit so that they can put a wider tire on with some tread. And now they've taken these bikes and they're racing basically a road bike off-road. So across multiple surfaces, grass, dirt, mud. They love the mud. Sand. and then what the organizers will do is the course is basically 1 to 3 kilometers long course, and you just race as many laps as you can within a certain period of time.
Right.
And the organizers love to throw all kinds of obstacles into these types of races.
Now,
where
I've seen pictures of you. I've seen pictures of
Yeah.
it. And is this where you carry your bike?
you see me carrying my bike. So they actually put obstacles into the race course to force you off the bike, to dismount and run through certain things, whether it's a sandy beach or if it's over logs, rocks, upstairs. There's all kinds of things. And it's really, I enjoy it because of the variety of,
Sure.
of the terrain on it. It's
Certainly
a lot of
wouldn't. It certainly wouldn't be boring.
Absolutely not. No.
I think that road racing, if I'm correct, that's just. Is it in a circle? Is it down the road and around corners? And
In some
is
cases,
that what
yeah.
is that what the race in France is? That what's that
The
Tour de
Tour de France?
Is that what that is? Road racing.
It's a road race, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm learning
Well,
things.
Yeah.
That's
Can
awesome.
be boring. Yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It's if the what do you call it? If the mountain range doesn't change, oh my God, I get bored. Like I get bored on a stationary bike.
Pretty much. I mean, road racing is road. I mean, so yeah, the
But the scenery can be nice.
doesn't change much, right?
Depends on
terrain.
where you ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, oh hey,
And
speaking
then-
of that, you guys just got back from South Dakota.
Indeed, we
Correct.
did. Yeah, yeah.
That's a trip, man. And you rode
It
your
was.
bikes.
We did, yeah. So we did a cross-country road trip, took the car down and dragged our bikes along with us.
Yeah.
On the way, stopped in Chicago and rode the Riverfront Trail there in Chicago on Lake Michigan.
Pretty.
It was pretty, actually. I like how they've got the trails down there are completely separated from traffic. It's a great trail to ride on. But yeah, we did some riding in South Dakota, in the Black Hills of South Dakota.
Okay, so now you saw buffalo. Did you see buffalo?
Oh, yeah.
Lots.
Lots of buffalo?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's wicked.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely a
a
highlight
sight
of our
to
trip.
see.
Now, whereabouts do you see the buffalo? Like, where is that?
That was in Custer State Park,
Okay,
a little bit south of where Mount Rushmore is,
right on.
if you know where that is. Yeah,
So-
it was incredible.
And you saw, like, you guys went and you saw Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Is it as impressive seeing it there as it is when you see it like on a book or?
I'd say it was interesting. It's worth seeing.
Yeah.
Um,
Like it's not like 4 feet tall or anything.
It's a little bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Well, I don't know. So I've never been there, so I don't know.
certainly
It's
impressive.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure.
And anything else that stood out?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I would say so. In comparison to Mount Rushmore, I mean, for anybody who's traveling in the area, definitely go see it. I
Yeah.
mean, it's worth seeing. But I think during the trip, something that actually was more interesting for me was Crazy Horse, where that is also a mountain carving, which began. How long ago did they start that?
A long time ago.
Long time ago, and they're still working on it.
Wow.
But just to kind of give you the magnitude of the size of Crazy Horse
Yeah.
in comparison to Mount Rushmore, the foreheads of the president in Mount Rushmore would fit simply into the hair of Crazy Horse. To
Oh,
kinda
wow.
Give you
Just off the
the
Indian.
scope of the size of
Whoa.
this carving. Yeah, so it's a huge mountain carving,
Fascinating.
Yeah. and they work on it every day.
And I understand that it's completely funded by private individuals, like no government funding.
No government funding.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I imagine you got lots of pictures. It's what you, yeah, right?
Pretty much.
Yes.
When
I'm still
we
working on the book for it.
yeah when we travel, the cameras come along. With
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. What's what you do?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So tell me more about Pedal Power Photography. I love the logo. You guys have been doing this for a while now, and
But now third year.
Third year officially,
yeah,
right?
3 years.
Under Pedal Power Photography, but I mean, like I said, shooting for
Since teenagers.
decades.
yeah,
I've always had camera in hand. I think I was probably
And
7
both
or
of us.
8 when I got my first Polaroid camera,
right,
and pretty much shooting ever since.
right on.
Same. Everybody in my family is taking pictures, having fun with it. So it's just
And it's a natural.
it's a natural thing. It's just another thing we have in common.
Yeah, Very good. Awesome.
So-
I love that.
And like you said, it's something we do have in common, and we both like doing it together.
Yeah.
Photography and the cycling. So as a team, we just fit. It works for us.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Do you have any competition?
On the bike?
On the bikes, definitely.
Yeah, I guess I should have
For sure.
specified, eh?
Yeah.
That's so funny. How many people go in a race? Like, how many people
A lot.
race? A lot?
A lot. It depends on the event, but
Now, you told me you were in a race, I don't know how long ago, that was 24 hours long,
Mhm.
and you got physical damage to your nerves in your wrist. Is that correct?
Yeah, I ended up with nerve damage in both of my hands from racing 24 hours.
Wow.
So I did the race solo. That was two years ago, I guess. 3 years ago now. And yeah, it was sort of a midlife crisis kind of thing. I
Yeah.
decided at the time, do I buy the red sports car or do I get in shape and go out and attempt one of these 24-hour mountain bike races solo? I chose.
So
the
you
red
chose the more bumpy road where most guys choose that sports car.
car. Pretty
Well,
much,
I
yeah.
got the sports car.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, racing, in the process of it, racing, I developed some nerve damage in my hands just from the pressure and
Yeah.
the constant pounding on my hands.
How do you
for-
alleviate that? Like, how do you prevent that from the next time? Is it with gloves or?
Gloves can help. Better grips can help. I even, for the second time that I did it, last year now, I even bought myself a new bicycle, which was a full suspension to help alleviate some
okay.
of the.
So the first one that you did, you had no suspension in there.
It had a shock fork on it, but old school me preferred a bicycle that what we call a hardtail. But so I had a front suspension fork, but I had a hardtail rear end, so
Right.
it's pretty abusive. But I felt like I like to feel the course.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
felt-
having ridden hardtail Harley Davidsons, I understand.
yeah,
You hit a bump and
you know it
you hit a bump
for sure.
big time. Oh, that's cool. And now, so your bike now has rear
got-
shocks as well as
Yeah.
front shocks.
Yeah, I've got a full suspension bike now.
Are they expensive? Bicycles, are they expensive?
Yeah. Comparing the red sports car to the bicycle, there wasn't much of a cost difference in reality.
Oh, really? eh?
I think I just got
We have
in
two
better
expensive
shape.
hobbies.
Yeah, I just got in better shape choosing the bicycle option.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Enos, what do you ride?
I have every bike that he has too.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I've actually this Tuesday I raced my first mountain bike race.
Yeah.
I
This
don't-
past Tuesday?
Yeah.
And that would be at
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
yesterday. That would be at that Kelso
At Kelso
Kelso Lake in
Consulate.
Ontario.
I
here.
figured
Yeah.
I'd try it once. I usually try a race once so I can say I did it. I'm not as competitive as Neil is, that
Yeah.
I have to do it every week. But I like to try it and then so I have a feeling for it.
Awesome.
I have a good understanding of what the riders go through.
Right.
I have some fun and I can relate to it and then incorporate it into my photography.
That's fabulous. That makes so much sense. I'm sure there are people out there shooting the races that really have no, well, they have business doing it, but as an action photographer, you understand,
Yes.
especially because you guys ride, you get it, and you know where to go, you know what to look for in a.
It helps.
Yeah, I
It
bet.
helps knowing the course, knowing the lighting, knowing the line they might take.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Being
important.
prepared
Yeah.
of what they might do, where they come. It definitely helps.
And it's helpful, like from my point of view, is I know where I'm going to get that shot. I'm visual, so I see the shot before I even go there that
Sure.
day. Because I've pre-ridden the course. I know where the effort is going to be. I know where guys are going to hit a rock or get some air or something. I know where that shot's going to be from riding it previously. And I will plant myself right there with a camera in hand. And I'm going to get in there and get that action and get that shot.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
And that's where, Billy Joe Bob, who's coming out just to shoot it for fun,
100%.
is not going to know where to stand.
100%.
That's how we started out, though.
That's fabulous. I work
Yeah.
in the movie business, and there were people that, they get their headshots to get work. First impressions count a lot, and a lot of people these days are getting Uncle Bob, who owns a DSLR to shoot it, right? And that you can tell that Uncle Bob shot that, or you can tell that Jimmy shot it with his iPhone. So I absolutely understand that.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I can't stand, honestly, is fake photography, Photoshopped shit. I hate that, and I understand. I had a discussion with you guys, and the line came up that you shoot the reality of the race, and I
Exactly.
love that.
Yep, exactly. The shots that you see on our website, on our Facebook, are primarily straight out of camera.
Right.
There's very little editing that
Yep.
we do on our part. We use, I don't know if I can mention the name of the program on here, but the program that we use to enhance our photos.
Right.
We're not looking to alter our photos. Right. So if I need to take a little bit of a shadow out here or boost a shadow, I'll do that if necessary. But
Okay.
yeah, we don't.
But for the most part, you shoot the reality of the race.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
because we
that
want to
moment,
create
yeah.
memories and not. If it was a cloudy day, if it was a rainy day, we want to show the rain. We want to show the conditions the day
That they
you raced in.
That makes
If
sense.
it was a bad day, and not a sunny, beautiful day, then we don't show that
Right. I'd
because
certainly
that was not the memory of it.
exactly. I would prefer personally. I'd prefer the reality of the shot. This is what I did. This is the muck that's in my face. That's the sun that
Exactly.
was behind me, or the cloud, or
Exactly.
whatever. It makes sense.
It's like adding lens flare on a cloudy day.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, makes no sense to be in the photograph, right?
Right. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Neat. So, where are you taking all this stuff from here? Like, what's going on? Like,
What's next? Who
What's
knows?
next?
The next
Exactly.
event. I mean, and it just keeps growing, and it's incredible to see the feedback every time we go out to a new event, because we're meeting new people as we go along, different racers, pros. People are sending us messages and asking, "Were you at this race?" And it's like,
oh,
yeah,
wow.
people
Oh,
are now
wow.
looking forward to us going out and seeing our shots, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback on social media from a lot of fans. People are really liking what we do. So
So you
Just the
so
interaction there.
you guys are on Facebook.
Yep.
Are you on Instagram?
Yep.
And you have a website.
We've got our own website. Yeah.
So website is pedalpowerphotography.ca.
Correct.
And what's your Instagram handle, you guys?
It's also Pedal Power Photography.
Oh, okay.
That's-
Well,
Yep.
It's all
it certainly makes sense.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, great. That's fabulous. And then people can find you Pedal Power on Facebook as well.
Yep.
Yep.
That's important. That's very cool. Very cool what you guys do. Bicycling is massive. Oh, didn't the Tour de France get canceled this year?
No, it just finished.
It just finished, but it was it delayed because there was a mudslide?
There
or
was a
something?
snowstorm.
A snowstorm.
Hail and snow. So they
Right.
had to shorten it.
They shortened it.
They just, instead of the stage being 80K, that was just 40K long. So they just stopped earlier
Oh, that's wicked. That's interesting.
because they couldn't get rid of the snow fast enough for the riders to pass through.
That's interesting because I would think that there might be a less racer, like somebody that shouldn't win, might have won because he only had to go half the distance.
You never know.
It's possible.
Or if he was on a cyclocross bike, he would have been able to ride through the snow.
See? Some people, you got to think ahead. You got to think ahead in these things. That's awesome.
See, maybe that would have been for Wout if he was out there. Yeah.
Is this a friend of yours?
I wish.
He wishes.
No, I'm a
got
big
a-
fan. Wout van Aert is his name.
Man crush.
He's man crush. Okay, man crush.
Oh.
Wout van Aert. He's I'm a fan of his. He's former world champion, cyclocross world champion. So
We
Where's-
both have our
we-
favorites.
we
Where's he from?
he's from Belgium, and we got to actually see him race live at Heusden Zolder back in 2016 at a World Cup cyclocross race
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Where were you?
in Belgium.
The two of you
Where-
went to Belgium to watch a race?
Yes and no.
Did you ta-
It was
took
kind of more
advantage of it.
It's kind of more spontaneous because we were actually traveling to Germany for Christmas to see family,
Right.
and we were going to go from Munich to the north from where Ines is from. We were going to drive there, but we figured that Belgium is kind of on the way. We took a little bit of a detour on Boxing Day to watch this race in Belgium back in 2016.
Now, do they have Boxing Day there?
Yeah.
They actually have two.
Yeah.
After Christmas Day, they have 2 holidays.
That's way better.
I know.
They have Boxing Day and Bicycling Day.
Bike Boxing Day
Yeah.
Very cool.
or Kickboxing Day.
Well, I had that when I was younger,
Yeah.
but that's cool. Okay, so cool. So you guys travel around Ontario. I know that you were in Barrie, Ontario, just a few weeks ago at a big race.
Yep.
Where are these races? What do they do? Where like Kelso? There's at the Kelso. Is it a provincial park? Is that what that is? The ski hills there.
It's a conservation area. I don't think it's an actual provincial park,
Right.
as per se, but it is a Halton Regional Conservation Area. They've got 6, 7 different parks, but the one that we do the mountain bike racing at is Kelso Conservation Area.
Right on.
It's also known as Glen Eden in winter, where they ski.
Where they ski.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So
Right off the 401.
right off the 401. Yeah, you can see it
near Milton there.
exactly. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Where else have you done it?
All across Ontario, basically.
Primarily Southern
that's-
Ontario for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, as
We
far
do.
as Barrie, we've done Port Hope. Kelso was one of the Ontario Cup races this year as well.
Albion
yes,
Hills.
Albion Hills, Hardwood Hills.
Now, as a professional stuntman, I'm often asked probably the most common question I'm asked if I've ever hurt myself. So I'm going to ask that to you guys. Other than, I mean, I know that you've got the nerve damage in your wrist,
Yeah.
but and I can't imagine there's huge potential to be injured as a bicycle racer. But have either one of you sustained an injury that anybody would be interested in hearing about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Neil more than
you want to
me.
go first?
Well,
I mean,
I've had plenty of bruises and scrapes and scars, and I guess the biggest one I had a couple of weeks ago when I crashed and bruised my rib.
Okay. Wow.
But I've never broken a bone, so
Oh, yeah, knock wood on. So when you fell, I take it was falling that you did this.
I went too fast around the berm. Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't somebody else's. It was
No, it was just me going too fast.
pilot error,
and
and you slid out.
losing
and-
control. Yes.
Right on. Well, that's kind of fun.
it's partially caused by a little
That's
bit of a loose
bragging
surface
rights. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
on the course as well.
Right on.
It happens.
And you okay now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was bruised up pretty good for a couple of weeks.
But you get back on and keep going.
100%. Awesome. So you did. You fell. You got up, got on the bike, and continued.
Oh, that was at the beginning of the ride, so and then we finished the ride. Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Oh yeah.
We finished the ride, and then I think the next day we
That's the
went.
definition of a champion right there.
Absolutely. The next day we went to Welland and we rode the Welland Canal. I think it was somewhere around about 90 kilometers
Almost,
round
yeah.
trip or something like that.
In a race or just?
No,
Just
just for
for a
fun.
casual ride.
You
for the
guys were
two of
down
us,
there
just
tour.
for fun.
Oh, wow.
A week later, I went to the doctor.
And then finally a week after, she's still complaining of chest pain, and finally convinced her to go get some X-rays. So that's
It's all
how tough this guy is.
Wow.
But he had the most injuries.
Yeah. On top of the nerve damage in my hands, which I sustained 2 years in a row from doing that 24-hour race.
So you're a slow learner. Is that what this is about?
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I going back to that, I because the first year that I did it, I finished 4th place.
Yeah.
I just wanted to redeem myself and maybe get that podium. So I tried to go out and go a little bit too hard the second year to get that spot, but didn't happen.
Copy.
But other injuries that I have had, again, going back to Kelso, this was maybe 3 years ago again. Very first race of the season, I ended up with plate number 3 that year. So my wife says to me,
I'm not sure what that means.
we get number plates for the front of our bicycles,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of show that's your number plate, so you can be identified as racer number 3 or 39 or whatever, right?
Now, is
So
it a
it's-
ranking thing or?
No,
No.
not at all.
Random.
It's
Oh,
just,
okay.
just a
Okay.
random number for your bicycle.
Okay.
Just so you can be identified when it comes to the results at the end of the day. But I just happened to randomly picked number 3. And so my wife says to me, well, that's the position I expect you to finish in.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So thinking, okay, fine.
motivation.
I'll try to live up to this. And I think it was on the very first lap of the first race of the season 3 years ago, going down one particular trail that wasn't very technical at all. It was pretty straight, and I think I was traveling at about 30 kilometers per hour at the time. I just happened to nick a branch on a tree on the right side of the trail, and instantly went straight down onto my left shoulder, separating it. And so I laid there on the side of the trail for a couple minutes. Couple of riders came along and made sure I was okay. I kind of got myself up, brushed myself off, and
Kind of limped back.
And what was funny is that I walked off the hill while they sent a gator and a trailer up, while they put my bike on the trailer and brought my bike down on the machine while I walked out of the trail. It was kind of funny.
Yeah,
But anyway, there was an ambulance.
Sounds funny.
Well, thinking about it in hindsight, it was. But I had an ambulance trip to the hospital to check me out.
So when something like this happens, you probably have your cell phone handy and you call everybody in the family and you tell them that you got hurt.
He calls the wife at work to
or
come
just
and pick
or
him
just
up.
or just a second?
Yeah.
Maybe this is the first I've heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Yeah, it's one of those things. You try to hide it. You try like Enos did. You try to just get back up and keep on going. It's tough to face injury, really.
Yeah.
And I've got some friends who are currently injured, and people who have previously been injured. I had a friend who broke her neck just out on a mountain bike ride, and she got up and didn't want to go to the hospital as well. Right. So it was. You don't want to face that, but then the reality hits, and it's like, damn, I'm injured.
Yeah, man, I get it.
And then once you face that, it's couch time, and it's depressing.
I spend most of my week, every month, with stuntmen, and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I know guys that have been really badly injured that come to work and still work. They lie. You know, they will not tell you they're injured, which is unfortunate because it just exacerbates the problem when they fall again and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. I tell actors all the time that I'm the only guy on set they can't lie to. But they still do, you know, when they get a bang or a bruise.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And it's tough to face. I mean, just to stop doing what you love all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And just sort of sit and watch as life goes by.
Well, when he gets injured, I get him to take photos. So I do benefit from it.
Okay.
So, yeah. See,
That's funny. That's good. That's wicked.
My injury has its advantages. I get to pick
You
up a
still can
camera.
pick up a camera.
So
and
you
work.
don't hurt your right index finger.
And that's with the nerve damage is I couldn't actually feel the button on the camera.
Wow. So
because
then
of
what'd
the
you
nerve.
do?
Well, it's funny because I would physically look and make sure that my finger was on the button, and I would just instinctively pull, and I would hope to take a shot.
Oh, you can't feel it.
Because I can't feel that
It's
I'm
like
actually
eating a sandwich after going to the dentist. You
Yeah.
know the sandwich is in your mouth.
But you don't know if
but
you're drooling.
or put mittens on and try to eat it. Right? Feel your sandwich with mittens on.
Yeah.
You can't.
You get all that fur on your sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's interesting. So,
Yeah, and just the simple daily tasks like tying your shoes or doing up a button on a shirt.
okay. Is it okay? Is it expensive, your photography? Like, not for you
We got
guys.
Two expensive hobbies.
Yeah, I realize the gear that you own, that you bring to bear at any given race. I understand that.
Yeah.
But if I was out racing or my kid was out racing and you got a spectacular shot at the finish line or over a rock or the muck in the face shot, I want to put that down in my rec room, show grandma. Is it expensive? How much does it cost me sort of to buy something like that? Do you want to discuss that kind of thing or?
To buy one of our photos
Yeah.
on our website,
Yeah.
we charge $9 per image.
$9.
$9.
And you guys send what?
And what that gets you is a high resolution digital image for your own personal use.
That you can email them.
We email that to the customer, yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming you put a watermark on your photographs on like thumbnails or something on your...
Yeah, we watermark our photos that go on a website and on Facebook. But once we send it to the customer, the watermark comes out.
Sure.
And it's a full-size, high-resolution image.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's good.
And we
For
shoot
$9.
and we shoot raw. So the image that you're getting is
Full-fledged out there.
very good quality. Yeah.
Wow.
That's one thing that we do pride ourselves on is the quality of our images as well.
Yeah. Wow. For $9. I can't get over that. For $9.
Mm-hmm.
That's foolish.
It's-
Sorry. I think people should be taking advantage of this. Like, how many racers a week that they should all be going on that site and, well, they're not carrying a camera. Not everybody brings mom and dad. Not everybody has Uncle Bob handy. But there's two people for the most part, if not two. One's racing and one is using a camera. You're getting how many images do you shoot in a day?
It varies between 1,000 and 3,000 per day. Depends on how big the race is and
Wow.
how trigger happy I am
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
To give you an example,
Wow.
they just had the Canada Cup mountain bike race at Hardwood Hills 2 weeks ago, or week and a half ago. Between the two of us, over 2 days, we shot.
So now,
close to,
what would the date be? Like today's the sort of the end of July 2019.
It is. It's the 31st of July.
Oh,
Today, yeah.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't know that. So it's July 31st, 2019.
Yep.
So a week and a half before today, you were at this race.
July 20th, 21st weekend. Yeah.
Right.
So over 2 days, between the two of us, we shot close to 10,000 photos in 2 days.
Wow. Do you sell them all?
No, I wish. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if I sold 10,000.
Yeah.
Carry that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good day. That's. But not all of them are going to be awesome, right?
No.
Like you catch some crap and you catch some, breathtaking.
Of course, yeah.
That's wicked. And how are you getting this out to these people? Like, do they all know you're there? Like, you guys, Pedal Power sponsors some races, right? Like,
Yeah, we sponsored the Kelso series again last year.
Right.
A lot of this is based around the Kelso series, really,
Sure.
for us. But
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And do people come from all over for this?
Yeah.
It's a huge
It's huge.
sport, eh? Huge.
It's huge in the youth. A lot of them promoting the youth races, get the kids out, promote the
Like little
youth
kids.
races. Yeah, little kids. They're as young as 3 years old, 2 years.
That's
3
mind
years.
blowing.
Yeah.
I shot some commercials.
And supporting and promoting these young kids to get out and have fun.
It's fascinating. I was in Whistler, BC a year ago Christmas, shooting a bunch of commercials for a big Canadian company, and we were at the downhill ski jumping. I've never seen that live before, and I was working with a young Olympian. To watch him jump from this ski thing is incredible. But between stuff, I got to talk to these kids, and there was kids 6 and 7 years old. Now there's several jumps on this particular site, and they have a jump for little kids. I wouldn't do it. Like, you have to see these little guys,
Yeah.
6 and 7
yeah.
years old, flying through the air on these huge long skis. It's crazy.
It's incredible what these young kids can do. The skills they have and how
And
fast they are.
No fear.
No fear, no,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Wow.
And they go out there, have fun, and they're fast.
Well, it's the kids that are doing all that other stuff with the bicycles, backflips and
Mm-hmm.
those what X Games or whatever they're called. Wow, that's awesome.
And that's the fun part of my job too, is taking these memories, taking pictures of the kids so that the parents can concentrate on watching their kids and cheering them on and not having to look through a phone and taking pictures. They can put the phone aside, don't have to worry about taking pictures because that's my job, and they can just take their time and then watch the kids race.
Do you tell people this? Because that's the best-selling feature
No.
I've ever heard.
I hope they realize that.
No, that is incredible. I've never considered that. As a parent, I don't want to be sitting there with a camera taking pictures of my kid in the karate school or the
So
karate tournament.
I'll do that for you, basically.
That's awesome. No, I've never heard anybody say that. That's phenomenal. That's no, it's great. I would say, hey, Mom, Dad, relax. I got this.
Pretty much, yes.
And you're going to have a shot that you will never get.
Because we get right in there and get close and
This is
Get the
exciting.
shot.
That's awesome.
And that's been popular with some of our fans is the kids that we shoot.
yeah.
Incredible. Pedalpowerphotography.ca. They can go there and see those pictures
Absolutely.
right now.
Right now.
Wicked.
I know.
Fabulous.
Yeah, click on over. Check us out.
It's not quite, it's not, I don't think it's been an hour, but is there anything you guys want to add? Anything you want to tell the world about Pedal Power Photography and what you guys do? Remind them of your social media. People will go on.
Yeah, website, pedalpowerphotography.ca. You can catch us on Facebook at Pedal Power Photography and on Instagram, also Pedal Power Photography. Just look us up, check us out. Throw us a like,
Say
follow
hello.
us.
If you see us at a race, come say hello. We like to chat to you, get to know you.
Wicked.
It's always fun to hear each story. What brought you to biking? What brought you to racing? How you got into it? It's always nice to get to know each other.
For somebody who didn't want to talk, she's awesome.
I know, right?
That's incredible. Okay,
And,
great.
and that's one thing. We've met so many people doing this. I love the cycling community.
It's been great.
It's diverse, but I mean, we're all pretty much one when it comes down to it. I mean, the people are just awesome that are out there riding and racing and every aspect of it. Like I said, from the parents down to the little kids racing to the guy who's putting up the caution tape. I mean, we're all so into it. I mean, it wouldn't be happening if there wasn't a true love for the sport.
Right on. Yeah, you can tell there's a passion behind you guys.
Yep.
This is awesome.
Yep. And that's what we like to capture.
And
right?
you've amalgamated two, as Enos has said before, expensive hobbies.
Yes, you got that right.
To have you guys, that's a great way to spend a weekend, man.
It is, and it keeps us busy.
And you guys do it weeknights after work and stuff.
Tuesday nights, yeah.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is
7
with
days a week.
yeah,
Working.
it gets pretty busy. And the funny thing is with some of our friends, they joke with us when we go out on a Tuesday night, for example, is they'll bug us like, make sure you got those pictures up by midnight, right?
Right.
We don't get home until 10 o'clock on Tuesday nights usually, but it's kind of funny that people are very
Looking
eager,
forward to it.
looking forward and
Yes.
eager to see the shots that we took.
Well, that's great
Yeah.
because you guys you're building a history, and it's your history that they're following. Like that's taking you into the future because they saw what you did last week and the week before that, and they know that when you come out next weekend, you're going to get incredible, breathtaking shots of them doing what they do, their passion, and you guys capture that.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. Good on you. That's
It is,
wicked.
and it's a lot of fun.
All right. Well, I got to tell you, I'm wickedly happy that you guys came to my house today to do this. My very first podcast produced by my lovely wife, Rhonda Lee. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it again sometime. This has been awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you
same.
for coming.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back to this again.
All right,
But hey,
ladies and gentlemen,
we're number one. We're number one.
Neil and Enos Fisher, pedalpowerphotography.ca. Look them up. Find them on Instagram. Find them on Facebook, and like them, follow them, ring that bell, whatever it takes, and get your photograph for $9. $9. $9. I can't believe that anybody sells anything anymore for $9. I was in Starbucks the other day, got a coffee for more than $9. Anyway, Do it up. Neil and Enos Fisher, pedalpowerphotography.ca. Go. Thanks for tuning into No Blind Eye Podcast. I'm Randy Butcher.